Good evening, watchers, and welcome to another movie review today. And today is a film I've just finished watching. Really good film. I enjoyed it. It's been a while since the last watched it. I mean, it was like 10, 15, actually longer than 10 years ago. Because I had it on DVD and I bought it on Blu-ray and I did a Blu-ray update. And I'll show you what it is. It's Cherry Falls. Of course, this you get like 2 films, Blu-ray and DVD, you see. Now, this is just great. This is a gem of a horror film, full stop. It kind of reminds of Scream a little bit, slight bit Scream, but with a difference. And it's about this killer, right, who goes around killing virgins, like a virgin killer, right? That's what I call it. As in the film, you call it, she's one of the characters, virgin killer. The film starts off in this car, right? There's 2 people making out in the car. There's 2 girls. Not 2 girls. I won't mind if there were. Alright, no, boy and girl, right, making out in this car. There's 2 couple, right, and of course she's uncomfortable, and she tries to like touch it and put his hands down her, you know, and she walks out the car and she gets back in and starts making out again. She walks out, persuades her to get back in the car. Of course, you can see that someone's watching from a distance in another vehicle, and so they're making out again in the vehicle, right? I think they're gonna go the full way in this film. And next minute, the car pulls up behind her. You can see the lights behind me. Behind both, right, and they think it's someone that they know because they caught the name. The next minute, he goes towards the car. Right, next minute, he sees someone in the car with a wig, it could be a wig, could be real hair. So he gets attacked by this person in the car, and the girl screams, and she's got like the door locked, so you can actually hear the guy outside the car trying to get in. Of course, you know. Few spoilers in this. Anyway, daft thing to do is open the door. Anyway, she opens the door and she gets attacked by the killer. And then it goes forward the film to another part where they find the bodies with the sheriff and stuff. The sheriff is played by Michael Biehn, and he plays like the dad of the main character in it, Brittany Murphy's character, Jodie. What's her name? Jodie. And she plays like this teen girl who's not, as you know, she's a virgin as such, and she's like making out with this guy in the car. You know, seeing where she starts making out. Next minute, he wants to finish with her. So, Brittany Murphy is fantastic in this. I think she's fantastic. She really does make a great screen queen. I mean, she's a good actress. She was a great actress. Sadly passed away a few years back, about 2014. I can't remember it was 2012. But yeah, I liked her. She's a good actress. Really tragic what happened to her. Shows you that drugs aren't good for you, but I'm not sure what killed her. I think it was drugs or something. Anyway, so yeah, she's great in this. She really is good. She definitely stands out in this film. Sometimes when you watch a horror film these days, some of the characters don't stand out. It's like you see a character and you think, who's that? And no personality, but with her, she stands out full stop. And it's got a great cast. I mean, Michael Biehn, Brittany Murphy, Gabriel Mann, Jay Mohaha. I don't know how you pronounce that, but yeah, it's a great film. It's really good. Like I said, it's a gem of a horror film. If you've never seen it, check it out. I'll say if you see it on the shelves, right, and you say, "Oh look, Cherry Falls," definitely pick it up. It's really good. It's not your typical slasher movie. Serial killer one. Anyway, there's one part in the school where there's 2 people having an argument. This guy and this girl. In this cafeteria, you know where they have lunch and food at this school, right? And next minute, the film kind of goes a bit forward, and then someone's like waiting outside the house. So this woman comes out of the house, right? The woman of her daughter's at home, right? So she's waiting. Next minute, she's knocking on the door. And the girl comes down, who's arguing with the guy in it, and she's on about a mother wanted to make something about a mother or something. And the daughter's like, you know, she looks to sounds a bit awkwardly. She sounds a bit worried about it. I don't know. She seems that it's not right, but she's what the heck. And the problem is she's stupidly unlocking the door, opening the door to this person because it turns out to be So she gets murdered and stuff like that. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna have a few spoilers, but I'm not gonna tell the whole story. But yeah, it's a good film. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched it. We've got to investigate who the killer is and stuff like that. And there's a few surprises in this film. There's even a great twist in it too, and a few surprises, shocks and stuff. There's one part where they're in the gym, right, and the parents are there, right, and they have to tell the parents about who this killer is and stuff like that. What's the pattern of the murders and stuff, and of course of course Brittany Murphy's character Jodie and her friend is listened, watching, and then it tells the parents about virgins and stuff like that, about being virgins, and the killer murders virgins and stuff like that. That scene was quite funny because it's a funny scene. I just made me laugh. But yeah, there's one part in that same scene, right? Her friend is phoning someone about trying to get onto the papers or something, and he vanishes, and then she goes out looking for him because he's got her phone right. Next minute, she follows the sound of a phone ringing, and then he's in a locker. That's some kind of locker thing. So that scene was great, Oof. It's got some great scenes in it. Like I said, it's been a while since I last watched it. I mean, I remember watched it in 2001, 2000. I loved it. This is before. I think this went on VHS. I think it was VHS. It could have been DVD. I don't know. 2000. Could have been 2001. I last watched it. So yeah. She's in this office anyway, right? And she's trying to, they've got this like computer with these, and she's trying to identify the killer by, show what the killer looked like on the screen, like a artist drawing or something. The next minute, her dad's on the phone, right, and she's talking to the principal about it. So of course, she's listing him on the phone and then you hear like a name called Sherman or something Sherman. Is it Lauren S. Sherman? Lauren Sherman or something? It's like something from a past, from 20-something years ago, from their past. And it shows that she was raped about 28 years ago, I think she said. 28 years ago and he was there, her dad was there. And it's like 4 people that raped her, but it's like more to it than that though. When you think, oh my god, there's more to it than that. There's a bit of a twist at the end. Why, this killer he's killing people. So yeah, great performances. I like Brittany Murphy's performance as a kind of teen girl she's a strong character. I like the part where her dad's train her to do CQC moves, like movement and stuff like that, instead of using weapons, use your arms and stuff like that to fight killers and murderers and criminals and stuff. And I think that's more effective than weapons, because if you have a gun with you, right, then you can end up shooting anyone, by accident, or just say if you got but if you use your arms, they're your own weapons, because you use them later on in the film as CQC skills, like Metal Solid, Solid Snake, uses CQC. It's more effective, I think, because they're your skills, If you just go, right, I use a weapon, that person can get that weapon off you and use it against you. So of course they can't use CQC CQC on you, can they? So yeah, thinking if they get that weapon off you, they can use it against you. Well, I mean, okay, probably more. Yeah, I suppose in a way you feel more safer if you had a gun or so, but still, it could be quite dangerous to have a gun. Because he's a sheriff, so his dad's the sheriff, so it's a bit of his responsibility. You can't just go, yeah, have a gun then. So yeah, he does the right thing by training her to use moves and stuff, CQC. Yeah, great film. It's directed by Jeffrey Wright. I'm not sure what films he directed. I mean, it doesn't sound very familiar. And the twist in it, actually, I got it wrong, because I thought it was a certain person in the film that was the killer, but then they're fighting dead in the movie. I thought, oh, hang on. Then I thought, oh, I know who it is. You kind of forget. At first I thought I knew who the killer was, and then that person gets killed, right? And it's like, oh, okay, okay. Oh, I know who the killer is. I just remembered, and yeah, it's a great twist. And the scene at the end, they're having an orgy, right, sex orgy, and her boyfriend or whatever, is running into the house, and they're like, and that scene was great. And then the killer comes running into, that scene was great. Honest to God, I was like, wow, that film was great. It's weird because I remember when I watched it years back. I've only seen it once. I think it was once. I admit, I had Hot Spot Blonde Girl, and there's like a girl in it, and she's like talking about sex and stuff, and I think she looks familiar. Yeah, she was stunning looking. So yeah, a documentary untold story. Well, this could be a real story now. There could be some kind of killer out there who murders Virgins. Oh god. Anyway, yeah, really good film. Great performances from the lead characters, the actors. Michael Biehn's fantastic in it. I remember hearing about it. He wasn't sure if he wanted to do, but they read the script and he said, "Yeah, it's not your typical slasher movie," and it's not. It kind of reminds me of Scream actually in a way, because the way it's like the who's the killer and stuff like, and this killer hides behind like a wig instead of like a mask and stuff. So I like the way they did the shadow, so you can't see the face, which would have probably gave the game. Actually, probably would have gave the game away in a way, but however, yeah. When she was doing the identification, like the thing on the computer, when I saw the picture, I thought that looks nothing like the person I thought it was, and then I thought, oh, okay. Now, but then when you actually see the killer, you think, ah, okay, yeah, that looks more like him, like them. That's it. Yeah, great stuff. Great deaths in this film too. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to give it between 1 and 10 out of this film. So the rating I'm going to give this film, yeah, I'll give it 9 out of 10. I was going to give it an 8, then I thought, you know what, it's such a gem of a horror film, original and very different to any slasher film I've ever seen, and a very good story to it. If you never, sometimes with a slasher movie, you always see a story. It's always the same. The killer's just not completely crazy full stop, but this film as a reason for the killer to be nuts, and it is quite shocking actually. It is. But yeah, this is a really good 9 out of 10 for Cherry Falls. Really good film. Yeah, I love that whole slasher movies. I love slasher movies. I love the Scream movies. I love Halloween. I love Friday the 13th. I love that film. There's a lot of slasher movies. There's another for trying to think of the slasher films I've seen. There's so many. Urban Tales. I quite like Urban Tales. That's pretty good. But yeah, good film. 9 out of 10 for Cherry Falls. Yeah. This is 2000 and this is actually 2000. This film as well. It's an old film, 17-year-old now, but it looks great on Blu-ray. Never seen it. So yeah, check it out. Cherry Falls. Fantastic, enjoyable. Before I go off, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Rate that review. I'll watch some TV for a bit. And have a nice evening, guys. And I'm trying to think of something funny to say about virgins, but then I'd be insulting myself then. So anyway, enjoy the video, guys, and watchers, and take care. And then I don't know. Have a nice evening and take care and blah blah blah. So yeah, okay. So I'm trying to think of something funny to say, but I can't do that. I can't be arsed. So anyway, take care. Enjoy the video. Goodbye and go away. Leave me alone. Bye. Go away. Bye. Shut off. Hey.